You see anything in the background?
No.
No, we're so far down. I think all you can see is the top stairs and the bottom stairs.
Okay. I'm about to just. It's already like recording already. Of course, I'm gonna edit all this. And I'm nervous when I do this around other people.
There we go. What are we talking about?
Okay, I know we don't. I know we.
Oh, let's talk about Erica Mena getting arrested because my heart breaks for her. And Tommy, too. Tommy keeps getting arrested, like, all the
Yeah, we can
time.
talk about that, and we can also talk about Remy. Because I know you ready to.
What about her? What she do now?
Okay, the thing that pissed me off with her was the whole people of that's not of our race and state again.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that she said
We can have
that.
that conversation.
Yeah.
Because I kind of agree with her. Not gonna lie.
And
I'll
in
be
the
honest.
in
I'm
the
gonna
conversation
explain why.
and what she said about
So I think that'll be a good debate amongst us.
if you're not the wife, you can't be cheated on. That's another thing.
Let's start with that then.
Okay. And you said Erica Mena getting arrested. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about that's in the news right now?
Oh, Cardi B, for some reason, is constantly upset that paparazzi is following her.
Talk about that too.
Yeah. I don't agree that they should photograph the children simply because I feel like that's an innocent child and I don't feel like they should have their photo taken. But for her, she's a celebrity, so it's kind of like...
Yeah. Okay.
We starting.
Yeah,
Yep.
we can start now.
Introduce this guy.
I am. Jazz, can you just look at it for from behind one of y'all, just so we can know that it's okay. Just to be sure. It's
You look
good.
like a cameraman.
Okay, thank you. You can go
That's how they
back.
dress at the Breakfast Club. The cameraman be like, you.
Okay.
Can you move out the way?
Okay, we about to start now, even though it's already recorded. But we can
Okay.
start now.
All right, guys, this is Scotty and Live with Leah.
Hey, why do people call me Live with Leah? That's the name of my
Lovely
show.
Leah, my bad, lovely.
But you're not the only one that does that. We're going to
I do
clarify
it
that
too.
today.
A lot of people call me my YouTube name, too, when they see me.
Okay, go
What, they
ahead.
call you Queen Bianca Brooks?
I call her that too, though. What's your name?
Bianca Brooks.
That's just what you want to go by?
It doesn't matter to me.
Because I really thought you wanted to be called Queen Bianca Brooks. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to film with Queen Bianca Brooks.
I hate being called Mrs. Still Standing. I hate that.
It doesn't matter to me. It's either way is fine.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
What's going on, you guys? Shit.
All right. Cut that part. Edit that.
Please stop.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
It's already nerve-wracking.
All right. Serious face. Serious face.
Serious face, we go ahead.
What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Scotty, and I'm here with two special guests,
Miss Lovely Lee.
And Bianca Brooks.
and we're here for another episode of Unfiltered. So we're gonna, today we're gonna talk about different things, different things of pop culture and, whatever comes to mind, to be quite honest. But we're gonna start it off with Miss Remy Ma. Now,
Yeah.
everybody and their mama and their grandmama and their cousin too know that I love you some Remy Ma. But sometimes Remy can say the dumbest shit.
Yeah, that's right.
And she has been saying some of the dumbest shit. So we're going to start it off with the conversation that she had about, the other race should be allowed to say the N-word. Now, we know that, Miss Lovely Lee here is not the biggest fan of Remy Ma. If y'all ever seen any of her videos, you know that she's not the biggest fan. But, let's talk about that right quick. So,
So I want to say this. The reason why I feel like this conversation, like the lines get blurred with this conversation is because, okay, I understand that they say black people reclaim the word by putting it in their music. Like they took it from a racial slur, which was nigger, and they started referring to one another as my nigger or whatever, like a term of endearment. But if you notice in other races, like for example, you never see Spanish people refer to one another as a spick.
yeah.
Black people or anybody else that's not a Hispanic person or a Spanish-speaking person would not refer to them as a spick because they know that's a racial slur.
Yeah.
I think with us, because we infiltrated into our cultures and our movies, it's in the books we read, like if you read them like hood novels or urban novels, it's in our music, everything that we do. Sometimes you may even put it with your clothing line and we talk about it, it's in our vernacular. That's why people think, well, okay, if they calling each other that, I could call them that. Now, coming from New York City, and it being like a melting pot, and you on a block, it could be black people, it could be Hispanic people, and maybe even a few white people sprinkled. And you growing up and everybody's just like, yeah, my nigga this, my nigga that. You don't think nothing of it until you get older and you start having these conversations and you be like, oh, well, was it wrong? Should he have not called me that? Am I thinking too much into it? So with Remy Ma, I respect people's opinions that disagree with her because I do feel like it's a personal preference. But I'm not gonna sit up here and lie just because of be like, oh, I feel a way like if a Hispanic person be like my nigga. Because all my life when I'm conversing with them, it's always been that, and I never felt the way. So I'm not going to act like I feel a way now.
Yeah.
But for the black people that do feel a way, you have every right to feel that way. Set your standards and your boundaries with people and move accordingly.
What you think about it?
Personally, I don't think that anybody should be using the word. I don't use that word. I feel like it is a derogatory word. There are so many words in the English language, so why choose to use that one to refer to yourself and to refer to your people as? I don't use derogatory words to talk to my people just because I feel like I would be talking down to them. And I feel like there are already so many people out there who are just dying for the chance to use the N-word and to have it be okay. And I feel like they're going to say, oh, well, Remy Ma, she's black and she said it was okay, so I can do it. No, you know they do that. They're like, no, I'm not racist. I have black friends. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Okay, I'm going to tell you my thing. You know, it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of a mixed bag or something. Like, for me, I feel like, in a sense, the word is, to me, it's like, it depends on how you use the word. But then again, it's like, how can we sit up and say, well, you know, Hispanic people can't call us niggers or white people can't call us niggers, but we call each other that. So we're going to call each other that, then everybody else is going to feel like it's okay to say it.
Is it the same thing as like within the LGBTQ community where y'all may call each other a faggot, but you're playing?
But see, I don't even like to use that.
Right, but I see other gay people do it. Like they'll be like,
But that's really
"You
more of a
acting
new thing. Like, people used to fight over that word.
Yeah, like, you know.
That's really more of a new
Like,
age,
I've
maybe
never-
millennials and Gen Z does
Because they'll be
that.
like, oh, he's over there acting like a faggot. And I'll be like, oh, so is that like y'all vernacular? Is that how y'all communicate? Is that how y'all play?
Now, I don't personally like to use the word faggot. I don't. Now, I found myself saying it when another gay person that's a little bit more feminine than me was pissing me off. So I probably said, oh, this faggot pissed me the fuck off. But then I'd be like, I shouldn't be saying it, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, I don't like to say it, but then again, I find myself saying, oh, it's just like the word bitch. You know, women used to hate the word bitch.
I never use
And
the
I
B
know
word.
you hate that word.
I
'cause you
never
said it
use
in
the
your
B
video
word.
earlier. You know, some women used to fight you for calling them a bitch, but now it's Miss Bitch to you, or I'm a bad bitch, or this and that. So I kind of look at it like black people kind of use the word nigga as a term of endearment, just like women kind of use the word bitch as a term of endearment. But then you have some people, you know, like our Bianca, who doesn't like the word bitch.
Nope.
You know, doesn't like to be called the word bitch.
Nope.
That's
or
why I think
anything
it's
like
about
that.
setting.
Yeah,
It's about
like,
setting boundaries. If you set your personal boundaries on how you want people to address you when they conversing with you, because I think to just come out and say nobody should be saying it, like Iyanla says, what does she say? Your behavior diminishes your message.
Yeah.
So say us three black people like nobody should be saying it, but then we go and listen to a song where they like nigga, you know what I mean? So I really think it should be a personal preference. If you don't want nobody outside of black people calling you that, or you just don't want nobody saying that at all, set your boundaries. You have a right to do that.
I don't want Hispanic people saying it either, and here's why. Hispanic people time and time again have shown that they like our culture, but they don't like black people, okay?
Not
So
all,
it's
but
like,
some.
not all, that's right. So it's like, okay, and which is funny because some of them are black, but that's self-hatred in itself. So it's like, all right, so you don't want to be associated with us, but you want to use our word to refer to each other. Case in point, there was a Lyft rider named Robert Ortiz who was harassing the driver. Okay, and this is a Puerto Rican man, clearly a man of color, calling this man out his name, berating this man, trying to get the cops called on this man. And you have to understand that, to me, whenever somebody calls the cops on you for a situation as small as that, when other races call the cops on you, it's because they're hoping that the cops will come and escalate the situation right there.
Yeah, I never understood why Hispanic says the word nigga anyway. Because I remember a couple of years ago when I think I was like in the 7th grade, and Jennifer Lopez had this song called "I'm Real" with Ja Rule, and she said, "I tell them niggas mind their business, but they don't hear me though." That was the lyric, and people went crazy because she said the word nigga. And back then, you know, I didn't really know much about race back then. I was probably like 11 or 12 years old. So I'm like, why is she saying that word? Like,
But once again, she come from the Bronx.
Yeah,
where
and
you
that's what they
growing
do.
up on the block where Hispanics, black people, everybody is conversing like that, so you think it's okay to say it.
Because I've heard Erica Mena call somebody a nigga before.
Yeah,
Love Hip
another
Hop. I've
New
heard her
Yorker.
say it. Yeah, so you know, that's what it is.
That's how, like, I'm telling you from experience of just growing up, like, everybody keeps saying it, so you don't. And then it's in the music. That's it's like, if it's in the music and it's in the culture that you're digesting, you gonna think it's okay.
Right.
Like, you don't hear, even when gay people get on the song, you ain't nobody say that, it's just like, you don't hear it. When
But you
Spanish
know
people do
what?
a song, you don't hear them
But
calling
you
each
know,
other spit.
but you know, even though I'm gay, some terms I'm kind of ignorant to because I never knew that queen was a derogatory
I
word.
didn't know tranny was either.
I didn't know
that you should
Those are
say
derogatory
transgender.
words?
Yeah, I didn't know that tranny was a derogatory word until, like, you know, my friend that y'all just met on the other side. He got a friend that's transsexual, and when I said, "Oh, she looked like a," I said someone looked like a tranny. He's like, "Don't say that."
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I didn't know that was. I never thought of it as a bad word. Or you know, like when Nene was calling, you know, I think it was Funky Dineva. They made a appearance on the Housewives, and Derek J. She was like, "Stop being queens and be referees." They got so pissed because she called them a queen. But I'm like, why they get mad? I didn't think that queen was a bad word. You know, sometimes.
But I've seen gay men refer to themselves as
queens. So
but
it goes back to what we go back to the original
maybe
conversation.
within your culture, you feel like, okay, because you understand me, you could call me that. But if you want to set a boundary with somebody who's not a part of your culture and don't understand your lifestyle, nah, you can't call me that. I feel like that's your personal prerogative.
They're just like with the gays. I see, you know, straight guys or hood guys, so to speak, call us punks. Sis, I hate sissies and punks. I hate that. I used to hate it when Kaya called them sissies and punks. I hate this shit. But you know, that's, you know, it just goes back to the original conversation, you know. But let's get into Remy Ma also saying that if you get cheated, if you're not the wife and a man steps out on you, you can't be cheated on.
Because first off, I think she's trying to subscribe to this ideology that they use in the Bible, which is you're single until you're married.
Yeah.
You know, when you file your taxes and shit, you know, it's like single, divorced, married, whatever. First off, Remy, she's just dumb. And let me tell you why she's dumb. Because you mean to tell me every relationship you had up until Papoose, and even when you and Papoose was in a relationship, before you went to jail, before you got married in jail with your jailhouse wedding, okay? Over the phone with the preacher.
Because she had those kids before she was married.
Right. So you was right. Okay.
So you were single. So he technically shouldn't have visited you in jail because you were single.
Right.
Shouldn't have been putting
my
monies on
God.
your book because you were single.
I'm trying to tell you because I don't put money on nobody's books if I'm not with them. And
No,
even
I'll
if
pray
I
for
am
you,
with them,
though.
I still don't for you because once you go
Yeah.
to jail, the
It's
judge
done.
broke us up.
It's done.
The judge broke us up.
I just felt like that was ignorant. Like it's like, so because you're not married, you can't have like a monogamous relationship.
She's fucking
It's like, okay, so you're
She gets
telling
on my
me,
fucking nerves.
so you're basically telling me because I'm not married, I'm supposed to expect to be cheated on. Like I'm expected to be cheated on because
And
I'm married.
I just
I'm
had
not
an
married.
epiphany. Maybe that's why she don't feel no way about the way Fabulous treats Emily.
Now,
because
what did she
feel-
say about that now? Because you brought that up the other night when we were discussing.
Right. So basically, they was talking about because Fabulous was indicted on 4 charges of domestic violence, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact charges. I don't know if you want to pull it up or whatever. If you want to talk about it, it doesn't matter. I know one was threatening somebody with a weapon because he had a pair of scissors, as we've seen in the video, not alleged.
Yeah.
She basically was just like, she doesn't understand why everybody's only mad at Fabulous. They should be mad at Emily. They should be mad at the grandfather, which is Emily's father. They should be mad at the uncle, which is Emily's brother, and the person recording. The only thing I agree with before I move forward, because she said some other problematic things, is from the beginning, when I seen that somebody was recording from a window, because you could tell from the angle because
Yeah.
they was on ground level, I said, I don't understand how you could sit there and record something like that and not call the cops. I don't know why in 2018 in this day and age.
The first
when
thing we do is
you want
record
to
something.
record, like the first thing that's on your mind is, oh, I'm about to get mad likes so I can sell this, as opposed to protecting the person that's involved. So I agree with that, the recording, but how is it Emily's fault? Now, I will say that Emily has allegedly been in this abusive relationship for a long time. Allegedly, it is no secret that Fabulous hits her. This is something that's known within the industry, allegedly. I'm just putting that out there. But I believe it. And personally, I will say that after a while, you do have to take some responsibility, especially when you bring kids into this toxic situation, because you think, oh, I'm just getting smacked, because you get immune to it. I guess you get used to getting your ass whooped, but it only takes that one time where it goes too far, and it becomes a near death, God forbid, or a death, like a death situation, and then what happens to your kids. So to an extent, just overall in this situation, not that isolated situation, Emily does to hold some responsibility, because now you're putting your kids at danger. However, Remy Ma wasn't looking at it from that perspective.
No.
She was basically
Victim
caping for
blame.
Fab because
Victim
she
blame.
fucks with Fab. And
Like Lil Mo did.
what did it for me was when she said, I didn't see Fabulous threatening anyone. I seen a man trying to leave his house, and he was being held back by security, and he was asking why are other people at his residence.
That doesn't matter.
But I'm like, why can't the grandfather of his kids be at his residence? What's going on there?
This is what I think. I feel like Emily, it's so funny that she has this to say about Emily, because Emily is Remy Ma before she went to jail, because her and Papoose weren't married, had children, were together for some years beforehand. So
And
it's
they had
just
kids together, but she had her kid and he had his kid.
okay, but they were still together beforehand. So it's kind of like, girl, isn't that your relationship, that whole blended family? Because Emily B's
Exactly.
first child is actually not by Fabulous. And I just want to say there's something up with Emily B with her self-esteem. Her first baby daddy, this man is nowhere to be found. You never see any pictures of him. You never see the daughter talk about him. You see the daughter call Fabulous
Her
dad.
father. I think she had her first daughter when she was 16, I believe, 15, 16. I know she had her young. That's what she said when they were on Love and Hip Hop. And that's another thing. I don't know why everybody's so surprised about this whole Fabulous and Emily thing. Now, mind you, I was a huge fan of Fabulous's music, but I'm not going to let that cloud my fucking judgment.
He just seems miserable all the
You
time,
know,
like he doesn't
yeah.
smile.
And not to mention, when she was on Love and Hip Hop and she would speak about him, she was timid and scared, and I would know what that's like.
And that's
being.
why I asked the question,
Yeah.
did Chrissy know that she was getting her ass whooped behind
You
the
see,
scenes?
I don't respect Chrissy, and here's why. Because she came at Kimbella. No, remember she came at Kimbella and she ripped out Kimbella's hair and she was dragging her on the floor in the first season. Okay, well, now that it seems that your homegirl that you care about so much is getting beaten, and you brolic, so why aren't you coming to her defense?
She hasn't said.
Yeah.
Well, what I will say is we don't know if Chrissy came to her defense. It could have been behind closed doors. Because God forbid, I'm not saying this will happen. Something happened to you like that. I ain't gonna talk about it in the public. I'm gonna call you, but what's up? You wanna come stay at my house? Like, I'm gonna do all of that behind the scenes. So we don't know if Chrissy, because Chrissy didn't speak about it at all. So
I didn't
don't
say
have-
for her to talk about it. I said for her to go defend her girl.
But we don't know if she did. We honestly don't. We don't know. And I don't think this is the first time that's happened. There could have been several times Chrissy went over there at 2 o'clock in the morning to help Emily pack a bag and leave.
She
We
seemed
don't
like
know.
She seemed like the type that would do that.
That would do that.
Although I don't
But
like her.
Chrissy also comes from the streets, and that meant she got her teeth knocked out, number
Yeah.
one. Back in the day for stealing, I think, a football player or a drug dealer's money. She used to roll with Harlem dudes. So Chrissy also seemed like the type of person where it's like, I don't like to see my girl in that situation, but I've been in some fucked up situations, so who am I to judge? I'm not saying that this is true, but who
You
knows?
know,
Maybe
you know.
Jim Jones shopped her a few times. I'm just saying.
I believe it. Chrissy got a mouth on her.
All right, well, you know what? I can understand why Chrissy isn't involved because she's been busy planning her wedding for the last 7 years. So, yeah.
You're not right. I don't think- she the one that don't want to get married.
Like, they've been engaged for like almost a decade
Really? Because she
now.
was pressing about the situation in the first season, like, oh, and she had
I mean,
proposed to him.
remember when
And I
Jim
hate
Jones-
when women propose to men. I hate it. It's just so desperate to me.
And then on top of that, they've been on reality show after reality show and they still engaged. I think that's crazy.
I don't care, but well, Emily, we praying. No, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I barely pray for myself. So I'm not praying for you, but I do send positive energy. And I did do a video where I said some. I gave you some encouraging words, so you could go and watch that. But it's a fucked up situation. And like I said, I have a cousin that's been in a domestic violence situation. She's had 2 kids by this man. And it's very unfortunate because you could do the most. I'm talking about we done threw her surprise housewarmings, got her bunch of shit for her apartment, and she'll turn around and flush it all down the drain and get back with him.
Exactly. And
Syndrome.
it's draining not just for the woman, but for the people involved in the situation. Because you tell your family you go and leave. All right, I'm going to come pick you up. I'm going to come help you pack your stuff. I'm going to come get the car.
Oh, I know. 'Cause
And
my
then
mother
people
was-
get involved in
my
that
mother was,
situation too and get hurt.
My mother was in an abusive marriage for like over 20 years. That's for most of my life, so I know exactly how that was. And I grew up, in a sense, resenting her
Right.
because of that.
Right.
But the older that I got, the more I understood. Some people that's in those type of situations, they either have a self-esteem issue, they grew up getting beaten, so they probably feel like that's a way of showing their love for a person. Because my mother was not
Same
only
thing with my mother.
yeah,
She's
not
in
only
an
was-
abusive relationship right now. And
Yeah.
it's like, you love your parents or whoever it is, but it's like, what can you do if that person don't want to help themselves? Especially when you at a point in your life where you trying to figure your shit out.
And then, my mother grew up in a time where she was getting abused by her mom. She was molested by an older person. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those times they tell you to sweep it under the rug. So they grow up thinking to sweep it under the rug. And for a long time, that's what she did. She swept it under the rug. Or, there was a black eye. Or I ran into, I hit my eye on a refrigerator. Or I hit my eye on a cabinet. Or what,
Got
and
on
then-
the steps.
Yeah, so, but luckily she's out of it at this point. She's been out of it for a while now, so I can say that.
And speaking of black eye, Erica Mena had 2 black eyes from this guy. What does he even do for a living? What does her
I
boyfriend do
don't
for a
know her
living?
boyfriend's name. I couldn't pick him out in the lineup. Certain people, like Amber Rose, Black China, Erica Mena, when they get into these new relationships, I don't pay it any mind. Not to be shady, I just don't care because I know it's not gonna last.
But
Oh, Taylor Swift, girl. How could you forget Taylor Swift?
Yeah, because Erica doesn't know if she likes, Jimmy Dean or she likes, shrimp.
She's damaged, and I've never been a big. Erica Mena reminds me of somebody that I used to be friends with. The getting drunk,
Getting
acting
loud.
real crazy and just irate.
That's another
She really
miserable
reminds
person.
me of somebody that I used to know, and it really, Erica Mena was molested.
Oh, yeah.
It stems from she has some deep rooted shit there.
Oh, she a Scorpio sister, too, by the way.
Oh, she's a Scorpio?
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is that I did notice people in the shade room were making fun of her when it came to this domestic violence situation. Unfortunately,
I don't expect nothing less from
From the
people
shade room.
from the shade room. That's
Because-
why
But
the
they were
Jasmine
women,
brand
that's
is
why-
where I go to get some level.
but they were women. That's what, even
Yeah,
if I
they
didn't
do
know
that.
you and somebody told me that, your man hit you, I wouldn't laugh about that. That's not funny. I don't understand what's the punchline to
But
that.
the
because they
thing-
probably getting their ass whooped.
But not even just that though. What I do see on on social media and stuff, if they don't like you, they don't care about the situation. So because Erica Mena is not the most liked, they don't give a fuck.
I told you
So-
the internet is the most unforgiving place.
Yeah, so
ever.
I see that with K Michelle too. A lot of people don't like her, but when something like when she was about to die from the bush shots or whatever, oh, she chose that. Or they was going in on her for that. But if that had been someone that they loved, then they would have some sympathy. So some people can't separate their dislike for a person to look at the bigger picture. So I don't like Erica Mena either, but I never would have made fun of her getting her ass beat. It's just like with Tamar. I don't like Miss Potato Head at all, but at the same time, when they said that Vince was beating her ass, I didn't think that was funny.
Something about Vince always made me feel like he was sneaky and doing something behind the scenes, too.
I always felt like he was beating her ass, though. I always felt like they had a tumultuous relationship. She always used to lay it on thick for him, too, like make it seem like her marriage was better than all of her sister's marriage, but then come to find out hers was the worst one. And that normally is how people do to deflect from what they're going through at home. So, And speaking of Tamar, I didn't even think about talking about this. Did y'all see the stuff with Moni Love and them talking on the Breakfast Club about why she
I see
about
that.
got,
Oh, you mean Lonnie Love?
yeah, Lonnie
Yes.
Love about how they got fired,
Yeah.
they got fired,
Yeah.
whatever, and how everybody made it look like they were the reason, and that's crazy.
I don't think Vince is that much of a good manager. Remy Ma fired you. Tony Braxton
But
fired
Remy
you.
Ma first of all, she's not in a predicament to be firing anybody. Remember, when she showed up with the blonde hair and was skinny and was looking good, that's when she signed to Vince.
Yeah.
So she's not in that predicament. Fuck Remy Ma.
Okay.
Dang, girl, she trying to get blocked on Twitter.
I've gotten blocked
I
by
don't even be
several
on
people.
Twitter.
I've been blocked by several people on fucking social media. But I don't know what that was about. But speaking of music though.
Well, we didn't wrap up Remy Ma.
Oh wait,
yeah.
and Bow Wow too. We have to mention him because people don't talk about men that can't keep a woman. This man is damaged. All right, he lost Sierra.
Oh, did
he
you hear
lost
about the
Erica
So-So
Mena.
Death Tour being canceled?
Yeah, I heard about that. Somebody asked me
For
to
low
go.
ticket sales. I'm not surprised. They're not bad boy.
Ooh.
I kept telling people that. They're like, no, they got hits. I said they got features. They ain't got hits.
You know what? Because, I love the 90s, so of course I wanted to go, but when you put them when you put them next to a bad boy, it's not going to work.
Yeah, like Murder Inc. when they do their reunion tour, that's gonna sell.
Yeah, that will sell.
I'm very confident
That
Murder
was-
Inc. will
would
sell.
sell
People
more
like
than-
to dish Ja Rule, but I bet you when they see all the lineup with Little Mo, and that shit is gonna sell.
But
Mark my
when you
words. And I'll
think
be
about
there.
So Deaf, all you really think about is Jermaine Dupri and Escape.
And Bow Wow, and Bow Wow was not on the lineup.
I love the Brad, but nobody.
And then at the end, he tried to say, "Oh, I'll go," but by then the shit was canceled. So maybe you should have agreed to
But
go
he's
before.
another one that's not everybody's favorite either, so they probably.
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
gonna
always
buy it.
lying about his
Why?
finances
I
or
don't
something
know
or the
why
other.
People hate Bow Wow,
Because he's lying.
but he's sick.
He always lying.
He's sick.
What is sick? Oh, you talking about as far as his music?
No, he's
as
sick. He'd be suicidal. He spelled
Oh.
suicide backwards and title. I don't know. Oh. And he was dating Erica Mena.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's not forget, he couldn't keep Sierra. He couldn't keep his baby mama. He couldn't keep Erica Mena. That girl he was just with, they broke up too. Like, Bow Wow can't seem to stay in a relationship. Like, nobody seems to notice
Just
it.
focus on being a father to his beautiful
Because the
daughter.
music is done. At this point,
I don't know what happened to him because he was making some good music.
What was the last hit song he had? I'm not being shady either. I'm trying to think.
Probably the one he had with Sierra.
No.
No, it wasn't
He had
that
hits after
one.
that.
He had at least 2 more hit songs after that.
I remember he had that song, You Can Get It All.
That's the last one.
That was the last
That's the last
song?
one. That's the last one. You
And
probably
then
don't even
when he was
remember
like,
it.
Let me hold you. That shit with Omarion.
Yeah, that was
before?
Before. So You Can
that's-
Get It All came out in 2009.
Shorty Like Mine.
That was 2006 because I was in high school then.
Oh, child.
So that was a long
You Can
time
Get It
ago.
All. I feel like he had something else. He wasn't in the franchise boys or whatever, right?
That was still before.
Oh. Leave Bow Wow alone.
But you said something about Remy Ma. Before we wrap up Remy Ma, let me ask y'all this. Why is it that, as far as like this new wave of female rap, well, she's not really a part of the new wave. She's just trying to make a resurgence. You have Remy Ma, you have Cardi B, you have Cash Doll, you have these other dolls.
There are so many dolls I can't
Right.
keep. You guys need new names,
But
okay?
that was kind of like the Lil Kim, Lil Mo, Lil this back, it's the same thing. But why is it that Remy can't seem to push through, but Cardi could push through?
Well,
okay, before we get
colorism, I feel like
before we
that's a
get into
thing.
that, what are your final thoughts for what Remy had to say about Fabulous?
Personally, I feel like she's doing it because she knows her music career is not where it's supposed to be.
What that got to do with
No,
Let's throw shade.
well, it's the truth, right? No, and she's looking for a hand. I feel like she's looking for somebody to give her a hand up, like, hey,
But
I
even if
defend
Fabulous
her.
did put her on she was on a song with A Boogie, and that shit went nowhere. And A Boogie,
What song?
see, that's what I mean. It didn't go nowhere. I forgot the name of it, but
Was it her song?
it was her song, and A Boogie
Oh.
was on it.
It was called Company.
Yeah.
That's the only one I didn't buy.
Like she trying to get the radio hit. Personally, I think that she did get blackballed after Sheetha because she was making a buzz, and the minute she did Sheetha, you ain't hear nothing else.
Because she had Grammy nominations before
For all
that.
the way up, yes.
So it's like, in a sense, people.
Well, I
people
have two theories, but we could get into that after that.
But what you finish your thought, your shady thought. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was shady.
Yeah, well, it's the truth though. Her music career is not where it's supposed to be, and I feel like she's looking to somebody, you know, like Fabulous, who has the music connections, who people respect in the music industry, whether we don't agree with what he's doing in his personal life. And I feel like she's trying to say, hey, listen, I caped for you, I've been here for you, so when she needs something, so that she can come to him and ask, or he will volunteer. However, Fabulous is going to be going away for a long, long time, it
I don't think
seems.
he gonna go to jail. You think he gonna go to jail?
I don't know.
And he's
that
a
was
pretty
another
boy
thing.
too.
Remy Ma got upset because she's like,
a pretty boy.
Yeah. All right, guys, I want you to rate in the comments below if you think he'll be a top or a bottom.
Oh my
I'll be the first vote for bottom.
So the thing is, Remy Ma was upset because she's like, people always say that people need to go to jail, and she's like, I hate when people fucking say that because y'all don't know what happens in jail. Remy Ma, if you're fishing for sympathy because you shot somebody over a stack, you're not gonna get it here, okay? Nobody told you to pull out the Glock and shoot that girl. And according to Alexander Rogers, that girl shits in the bag now because you fucked up her intestines.
For real?
Allegedly. That's
Oh
what
my
Alexander
God.
Rogers said. And
Ooh.
I meant to research that before. My phone is in my purse. But if I find out that she's shitting in the bag because of you, bitch, you lucky all you got was 6 summers and 7 winters, or however you say it.
You mean one of those, what are they called? The astronomy bags? She has one of those?
I don't know what the bag is called, but that's what
She just
Alex
know it's a
said.
bag.
But she shot her in her stomach and fucked up her intestines,
Damn.
allegedly, and now she shits in the bag.
Oh. Jesus.
I wonder where that girl is. I'm surprised she never came out on Instagram and said anything.
Right.
But Remy Ma just be wanting sympathy. Like, you don't know, and I agree. If you go to jail, you shouldn't be, getting abused or getting molested and stuff like that. You should be doing your time because jail is supposed to rehabilitate you, and we know it doesn't. We know that it's corrupt. So I don't think anybody deserves that when you go to jail. But still, Remy, nobody told you to shoot that girl.
Yeah.
Nobody,
No one.
Nobody told you to shoot that.
Has she ever
and that's
apologized to her?
I don't know what
I
she
don't know.
did. But that's what pissed me off with the whole Cardi B situation when Cardi B allegedly got those girls beat up
Oh.
and then she had to turn herself in. Remy Ma's like, well, why can't Cardi B do that? And Joe Budden was like, because she'll go to jail. And she's like, if she gets caught.
So you've been to jail for 6 years and you still got that same mentality.
And that's why I say I feel like low-key she's jealous of Cardi B. Because if you really fuck with somebody and you see them about to throw all their blessings away, you will help them and stop them, especially if you've been there. Remy Ma knows what it's like to get caught up in that thug life and reap the consequences. So for you to be applauding Cardi B for doing what sent you to jail, you're jealous.
My
And I
thing
see you,
is,
bitch.
why hasn't she done a song with her? And aren't they both from the Bronx?
Yeah, where the song? Because she was like, Cardi B was like, Cardi B knows she don't need Remy no more. So let's get into your question. Let's go back to your question. Why can't Remy Ma push through? What was you gonna say?
Yeah, I was going to say, I just feel like it's your attitude, personally. I feel like it just rubs people the wrong way. I feel like people don't see it for you. Your albums are going triple plastic. You have a reality show. Nobody's watching.
Plateau, plantains, and Mangoo, whatever the shit was called. I don't know.
Well, me personally, I do like Remy's music. I always
you do.
have. But I'm going to be honest with my whole assessment as to why she can't make it versus like a Nicki or a Cardi. And I've always said that I can be honest. Because a lot of my faves are not successful. So I can't say that.
Okay.
However, I don't think that, this is 2018. It's not 98. So the music that Remy does release is old sounding.
Yeah, it's dated.
Like Wake Me Up
She's
with Lil
still
Kim.
battle rapping.
Like,
Bitch, we passed that.
Yeah, like Wake Me Up with Lil Kim. I love that song, but I could.
No, it
I
sounds.
could
Somebody
see
said that it
song
sounded
sound
like the Bronx. Angry.
It does. It does. It sounds like a song that would have been released when I was in middle school. The song Melanin Magic with Chris Brown.
I liked it, but I didn't like her verse.
See?
And then how you doing a song Melanin Magic that's supposed to be women empowerment, and then you dissing Nicki on the song?
Yeah, on the second part. then that song sounds like it would have been out when I was in high school. So a lot of the things that she does is dated choices. The
I'm a
music is
rap crown
dated.
taker. Your ass getting faker. Like, bitch, ain't this about melanin magic? Don't fuck up.
And her flow is not updated either.
It's not. And she
So-
tries to do something different with the A Boogie song, and bitch.
It's like she doesn't really know what. It's like she's chasing. It's like you can tell she's chasing the radio instead of just doing her. But doing her is still not gonna work because what she does, she's still stuck to where she was when she went to jail. I think that's her problem.
But the funny thing
Yeah,
is,
I feel like she's stuck in that hood mentality. Like
Yeah.
hood people, for some reason, they can't seem to, even though they've left the hood, they can't seem to leave that hood mentality. Like they'll do things and then they'll try to put logic behind it that's not even logical. And it's like, this could really cost you your freedom, your career, your family. Like, what are you doing?
But if you
Your
notice-
reputation.
and like I've said in my videos, I feel like when she came, the industry was kind of pushing her because, like you said, she had Grammy nominations. She had the song All the Way Up. She was featuring on people's tracks.
She was
I
moving
feel
on
like
up.
once the industry seen that Cardi B could go, they said, "Oh,
Yeah, because at first, because I'm not gonna lie to you, when she was on Love and Hip Hop talking about she was gonna be a rapper and stuff, I was like, here we go,
Right, me-
another
me
Love and
too.
Hip Hop person talking about she's gonna be a rapper, blah 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 blah. But then I heard the song she did off the
mixtape."
yeah. the
I like
song-
two songs. I
the-
liked
the
it Forever
song.
and Lick.
Yeah, those are the first two songs I heard about her, and I'm like, oh, okay.
And then Red Bars, which we
Yeah.
know now that it's come out that she don't write, we don't know if she wrote those Red Bars. You know, because I was like, okay, she could spit, but now it's questionable.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, continue.
But then she got the look, she got the personality, you know.
But like I said, okay, you from a business perspective, right?
Yeah.
If you got Remy Ma and Cardi B, Remy Ma barely appeals to the urban market. You know she's not appealing to pop markets.
Yeah.
So now we're like, okay, so let's see what we could do with urban. The urban market is not even receiving her. Then you got Cardi B that does urban, pop, and Latinx. Who you gonna pick
They're
from
gonna-
a money perspective?
They're gonna go with Cardi. They're not gonna
She
go
go-
with Remy.
She's hitting a market that Nicki didn't even hit. That's why when Nicki Minaj, like I said, Nicki Minaj definitely is that bitch. But that's where Cardi B is always gonna have one up. I know you don't like it, but I don't really care for her, but I gotta give her credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Cardi B is always gonna have one up over Nicki because she hits a market that Nicki can't touch. Drake could touch it because you know he Puerto
Yeah,
Rican and
that's true.
anything, but Nicki can't touch that. She better learn some Spanish.
And on top of that, Remy doesn't like. I think another thing is, and I said this on one of my videos recently. Like Nicki and Cardi, they also touch not only like females, but they also have their gay audience too. Remy is not going to get the gay audience. And I'm not even being.
Why she not gonna get the
I'm not
gay
even being shady when I say
Why
that.
Remy Ma not gonna get the gay audience?
I mean, because Remy is too like, she's too hard. You know, she's too manly, and you know, and you know, me personally, I can listen to all types of rappers. Like, I can listen to the hard stuff, and I can listen to the the female stuff. You know this, but you know, when you're talking about the core gay group, they're not gonna receive Remy. They're not. They don't want to hear her talk about shooting people and talking about this and that and dissing Nicki every 10 minutes. They don't want to hear that.
And she's so phony because she
yeah.
trying to act like she's past it, but every chance you get, like even when the whole Cardi B running up on her after thing came up, I was like, okay, her shit was pretty balanced, but then the following week when you found out that Nicki allegedly paid for those girls' lawyers, now all like Nicki,
Honestly, if Nicki
Nicki's just full of
Minaj
shit.
stopped my bag, or even if I think that she stopped my bag, I would have something to say about it too for quite a while.
To be honest, I don't think everybody's lying on her.
I don't think everybody's lying on her either, but my whole thing is with Cardi B in particular.
How's she stopping your bag?
Don't worry about what the devil is doing if God is busier. She may have tried to do certain shit, but you still winning. So why do you fucking care?
Yeah.
If you don't fuck with her, don't fuck. You don't need her.
At
That's the
all.
thing. Out of all of these female rappers, you don't need her. Like people say, oh, when Nicki hopped on Motorsport, that was a good look for Cardi B. First off, that song was not all that. It was a bunch
I
of
never liked it.
It was a bunch of big people. You had Migos, who's big. It was Cardi, who's big, and Nicki, who's Nicki. And it was not all that. It was overhyped.
It
The
really
same,
was.
like the Beyonce and Jay-Z album. We was waiting, fiending for it, and then it came and left.
But it was overhyped because it's Nicki and Cardi on the same record. That's
Right.
why.
But I feel like that they did not need Nicki Minaj.
They
It was just a good look. So I
Yeah.
disagree when people be like, oh, they didn't fucking need Nicki the same way people like to say that Cardi needed the Migos. No, she didn't. Yes, every female rapper gets a co-sign from a man like Foxy and Jay,
Eve.
Biggie and Kim, Eve with what's that, Rough Riders,
Rough Riders.
Remy with Terror Squad. But
They
I feel
all
like
do.
Cardi still would have popped. I feel like if anything, Cardi has upgraded Offset's catalog. Because before that, Quavo, that's all people would talk about.
Speaking of Quavo, he's alleging he slept with Nicki Minaj, and I'm not too sure how much I believe it, but yeah.
I don't think I believe that either. I would hope she did.
If Nicki slept with him, girl, you was playing checkers that day. Now, usually you play chess, okay? You know, you're a Sagittarius cunt like me, okay? Game, recognize game. You a December Sag, so y'all a little more conniving. But like I said, game, recognize game. But if you slept with Quavo, that was dumb.
Can I just say this? I just don't like her.
I don't, this is the thing.
It don't have nothing to do with her music. I used to love Nicki Minaj. Them
I
two
never
over there
loved
know
her.
it. I used to
I
love
never
her
loved
music.
her.
But however, I don't like her personality is
I
what
don't like her
shuts me
personality
off.
either.
I feel like she's obnoxious, she's annoying.
very obnoxious.
I hate to watch an interview with her because I can't even sit through a whole Nicki Minaj interview. She's so annoying and
Yeah.
full of herself. That's why I don't like
She makes
her.
too many animated voices, and at this point, you're about to be 36, so that turns me off.
I just thought that
36.
Cardi would be happy to be on a record with a female rapper of my caliber. Like, I would have been happy to be on a record with someone
Nah,
like me.
36? I thought that was 38, but okay.
But I don't like Nicki Minaj, but like I say, I try not to talk with emotion. I try to talk with logic, and I give her credit where she's due. I do feel like there is an agenda to get her out the industry, but it always comes back to my initial sentiments. You wasn't saying shit when they took Little Kim to the graveyard and buried her ass.
That's what I'm saying.
You didn't have nothing to say because they was clearing the path for you. Now that they're trying to clear the path for Cardi, you fighting, and I have no issue with you fighting. Ain't nothing wrong to fight for what's yours, but the sympathy where people's like, look what they doing to Nicki. Yeah, it's wrong, but are we gonna talk about what they did to Kim?
And this brings me back to this. This is what I don't like. Because I look at it, I barely ever comment on it. But this is what I don't like. Okay, when Nicki came out in 2010, 2009,
2009.
everyone thought it was funny. When she came in and she took Kim's spot, she was dissing Kim on every damn verse she could think of.
Not
Then she
paying
came-
homage to her.
Then she did, Roman's Revenge and ate her up. I was here for the shit, to be honest. But now that it's happening to her and you got somebody 10 years later.
And she's the thing with Nicki is she's delusional.
It's
her
gonna
and Cardi B
happen.
are a lot alike in many ways where you walk around putting out negative energy and then you think it's not gonna come back to you, and it don't work that way. It's like, Nicki, you couldn't have possibly thought you was gonna be that bitch forever.
Ain't
You
no
couldn't have.
one is that bitch forever.
Now you've
No
had
one
the
is.
longest run thus far.
Yeah.
We will always give you that. We will always be like, yeah, Nicki did that. But you are tarnishing your legacy. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says. The Queen Radio, I think you should be able to express yourself, but you just be sounding like a bird brain if you ask me. I can't listen to it.
I don't listen to it.
Like, I don't like the delusion. Like, if Nicki would just own her shit and be like, I did pay homage to Little Kim, but I could see how she felt like I would pay homage. It was a backhanded compliment because, yeah, I would pay homage, but in the same breath, I was cocky. I was 25. The age thing always works. I was 25. I was young. Now that it's happening to me, I seen that what I was doing was disrespectful. Case closed, and people will receive that. But she's so prideful, she can't even say that.
But just like we all have said on videos, I feel like female rap has its cycles. Mm-hmm. You have a couple of female rappers out at some point, and then at another given moment, you have someone that's at the top of everyone. In the 90s when we were growing up, Lil' Kim was that bitch. And then you had Foxy, Eve, and Missy, following behind her. I don't know if Missy was...
And see, I like Missy because till this day, Missy could drop a fucking video and the shit will do views. It will do views.
Yes,
it will
it
be
would.
nominated. Like she stays in her own lane, and
She never says anything.
I
And
can-
then, now coming up, Nikki is that bitch, and now you got somebody like Cardi that's coming up about the like
And I
no
want them
one no one stays in the same spot forever. Even in R&B music, Mary was our R&B
and she
queen,
didn't want to do a song with Keisha
and she
Cole.
didn't want to do a song with Keisha
Cole
Cole.
loves her.
And Keisha came up when she was declining. It's the same thing with Keisha when she was declining. You had K Michelle coming in, but it's not the same because album sales aren't the same anymore. So it's not going to be looked at the same way.
But I really want
But-
them to make up because they're not getting any younger, and ain't nobody gonna be paying to see a tour when y'all in y'all 50s. So
Who you
can
talking
y'all?
about?
I'm talking about Little Kim,
Oh.
Nicki. I want all of them to do a tour together.
Yeah.
Think money. Think money.
Yeah.
Stop thinking with your emotions. Think fucking. You know how much money y'all will make if all y'all. do a
Nobody wants to
fucking
put their
tour?
ego aside.
No.
It's stupid. It's so
but
stupid.
you can equate that to the YouTube community. Like some people, egos are so big that they don't want to do like this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't want to do that.
Right.
Like, yeah, like okay. Some people may feel like I got this number of subscribers, so I don't want to work with someone beneath me. I don't feel like anyone is beneath me. It doesn't matter what number of subscribers I got. Okay, I may have the most out of the three of us, but that doesn't mean anything.
But like I always said, I noticed with the older YouTubers, not all of them, the ones that's really trying to get into the industry, if they see somebody that's younger, especially younger, coming up behind them and they think that they have potential to surpass them, I don't believe in that. I feel like everybody's in their own lane.
Yeah.
What's for you will be for you regardless. But if they feel like somebody, they'll pay them dust. You know how many YouTubers I could comment on their videos and they're big YouTubers and my comment could get thousands of likes and the YouTubers will bypass it and don't even react to it or nothing. It's like they purposely paying you dust.
Yeah.
Because if they feel like if they even acknowledge what you said or show you attention,
That you're
it's-
gonna
it's
blow
a-
up and surpass
it's
them
a
or
silent
something.
cosign for their, and it's
Listen, when I came into YouTube,
funny.
I was doing that. Not doing what you said they were doing, but when I came into it, if I liked you, I'm gonna say something about you in my videos, send the people your way. That's what I've always done from the very beginning. Like it don't matter who it is. I have co-signed people that have surpassed me at this point, and I don't feel no type of way about it.
I don't pay it no mind because I feel like YouTube, for me personally, is not the end all be all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
I'm the
like
same
that.
way.
It's just a way for me to build my portfolio while I do other things outside.
Yeah, I say the same thing. Like I noticed that there are people who they're so invested in YouTube that you could tell they have nothing else going for them. Like for me, if YouTube stopped, don't get me wrong, YouTube is fun. I enjoy it. But like I act, I write, I do other things with my life as you should. Like people act like because if you don't have a lot of YouTube subscribers, for some reason you can't have a decent life.
Yeah.
And it's like people have been getting money way before YouTube.
Shit, I still
Yeah,
have a
some
9
people,
to
but
5.
I feel like it just depends. Like, if you're the type of person that's chasing fame, you are gonna act like that. If you're the type of person that's chasing success, it's different. Cause success could come in different ways. But if you chasing fame, you will get down and dirty.
And I
That's
just
just what
don't.
it
I
is.
just don't have it in me to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I first saw a video of Bianca's. I think she watched me first. I don't know. I don't know how that came about.
I think I
but
watched you
I think
first because
watched me first.
I watched you I watched you first.
So when I saw her stuff, I subscribed and I sent people her way. When she was following me on Facebook, I didn't know who the hell she was. I didn't know how she found me, but
From watching your videos.
she was she'll comment on my stuff, and sometimes we'll have a heated little discussion because I'm an Aquarius and I'm not gonna, even if I'm wrong, I'm not gonna give a damn about it. I'm just gonna keep on defending whatever the
fixed
fuck I'm
signs.
saying. And then I was looking on Facebook one day, not Facebook, on YouTube, going through the comment section. I don't know why I clicked on her name. It was probably because her comment had a lot of people liking it or whatever. I don't know how I came across it, but then I looked at her page. I'm like, that's that Aaliyah girl that be commenting on my shit on Facebook. And then I subscribed, and next thing you know, she posted the fact that I subscribed to her.
I remember that.
And the rest was what it was. So I just sent everybody her way.
And I always be hyped. Like when Sean Bradley commented on my stuff, I was hyped about that. When Meek at Night commented on one of my, even though she didn't subscribe to me, but
Yeah.
when she commented, like I always pay homage, like, oh, that's dope, like y'all big.
That's
It's
how
not
I
that I
wa-
put y'all on pedestals,
Yeah.
but it's like it's really cool where before you even have a thought to start a YouTube channel, you watching
was watching
someone,
them people.
and then when you finally get on, they like, oh, it's like
That's how
cool.
I was with the Scorpion. Like before I even
Yeah.
started doing videos, I was watching him and Mikhail all the time. Now Mikhail never said a word to me, but Kevin, on the other hand, I saw him share my shit before, and I'm like, oh, so he does like me. Oh, okay. And when I wasn't at the first blackout, he wondered where the hell I was. I'm like, oh, he was.
Why did they stop doing the blackout?
We're not gonna get into that. I don't even care.
The drama. That's all.
Oh.
That's what it is. It was drama. But even after that, one person left. They could have still kept doing it unless something
Yeah, I
else
was gonna
happened.
say that they could have just kept doing it.
Oh
That
well.
would have been. Would y'all have gone to it?
After
I
a
would have
while,
gone, yeah.
That would have been.
Just
Because you have to
Amiga.
understand there isn't any events for, I feel like for us, like VidCon is so expensive and it's so big and it's so far, and really it's only something I feel like to fangirl over big YouTubers, and that's not really like my scene to go to something like that. Like I prefer to network with people. So it's like for people who can't afford $3,000, $4,000 to go to California, what event is there for smaller YouTubers?
Yeah. And I still consider myself a small YouTuber, no matter what.
I tell people all the time, if you don't have 100,000 subscribers, you're still a small YouTuber.
Yeah,
but
pretty
yeah,
much. That's how I feel.
YouTube lets you know that because they ain't give you that silver play button yet. Okay.
But y'all want to talk about the Cardi B and paparazzi situation?
Wait a minute,
Yes,
How
wait.
far are we? How long have we been on here?
We have been on here for 50 minutes and 51 seconds. I just wanted to note that also when it comes to, working with people in collaborations, I do understand that there are many YouTubers who are like, oh, I'm not going to work with this person because they have less subscribers. For me, when I work with somebody, I look to work with somebody for skills. Oh, you know how to edit? Like, because I have no editing skills. Okay, great. We could work together. We could do business together. You know how to do like radios and podcasts and things like that. Okay, that's you. Me, I'm good with acting. I'm good with getting actors. I'm good with writing scripts. I'm good with getting locations for like studios and stuff like that. Like everybody comes with a set skill.
Cause she did that. She did this right here. Cause I ain't know shit. She did.
But we can't film behind us, or else we gotta pay $1,000.
So we Cardi B based. So basically, it's actually tied into Kendall Jenner because